Shalom. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Rakah, Kadah, respect and honor to your elders and apostles out there preaching and teaching and that taught us the word. A salutation to your up and coming apostles and brothers and teachers and whatever gift that the Lord bestowed upon you, use it to the best of your ability. And this ministry is Glad Tidings Ministry, and we do this for the remnant, the elect, because this is not for the whole world. This is only for the elect. As we stated in the beginning, and even to today, to the end of time, it's only about the elect. Okay? So, and those who are the elect is those who are predestined to do this work. And this is Prince Shemai Basar, and we're going to go over Psalms 3. Okay? And I'm going to use some of this stuff to, like the blue letter, to breathe some stuff, to get some stuff out. So we're going to start with Psalms 3. And Psalms 3 is a Psalms of David when he fled from Absalom, his son. Okay, so that's what this is going to be about. Psalms 3. Yep, Psalms 3. Yep, Psalms 3. Yeah, and this is it says, in victory in the face of defeat. So let's read this. It starts with Psalm 1. A Psalm of David when he fled from Absalom his son. Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. All right. So let's go to 2 Samuel's precept real quick. Let's go to 2 Samuel's. I think that's 15 and 2. Mm-hmm. 2 Samuel's 15 and 12. And it reads, and Absalom sent for Athapel, the Gelonite, David's counselor, from his city, even from Gila, while he offered sacrifices. And the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom. Okay, now let's continue to read. Okay, let's go back. And let's go back to Psalms 3. Okay, so now we at verse 3. Okay, let not mercy and truth, let's start at 2 though. Okay, my son, forget not my law. No, that's Proverbs, my bad. Psalms 3. Here you go. And that we at 2. Many there be which say, O my soul, there is no help for him in the Most High, Salah. So, how many people that you know, and have came across us a couple of times, that people laugh at you and say, what are you going to do with you and your so-called, they call him God in their ignorance, but what are you going to do? How's your Most High is going to save you now? And that's them mocking us. You know, that's them being fools. And that's, if they don't repent, that's them being set up for future events of destruction by pestilence. Whatever the Lord judgment decides to put upon them, they're going to get that if they don't repent. So they laugh and say, where's the Most High now? Where's your so-called superpower to help you? Okay, to to bring you for deliverance. Okay? So in 3, verse 3, it says, "But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter of my head." And those are the ones, that's why I said the remnant, the elect, those are the ones who believe in the Lord and have faith in him. So as we go on, we're going to see that David keep this after he was being oppressed and by his son became his enemy. Okay? And that's another eye opening for us today. See, Christianity makes you think that love your brother, you know what I'm saying? Let him rag you out, let him dog you out, let him do all types of things. And then when he come with a shed of a tear, you're supposed to embrace him and come back and let him back. Okay? Christianity is a set up thing for you to get murdered and to get you killed. It keeps you docile, keeps you in a docile state of mind. That's what Christianity do. Okay? But this is not Christianity. Okay? This is a culture. This is the way of life. Okay? So we're not a black Hebrew Israelite group. We're not a hate group. This message is only for the Lord's people. So it's the prophets talking to his own people for the betterment of his people. So the prophets are talking to their particular people, their nation, to make their nation great. And when we do it, it's a crime. That's why everybody want to be in your business. But when they set up all types of things, like I always say, little Italy, little China, it's okay for their community. But they don't want you to set up your community. And if they do, they got to always have some kind of a nation or heathen in the background trying to be a part of it. But he's really an agent because really he's not supposed to be part of this. Okay? So now let's go to 4. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Now, why did the Lord hear him and answer him? Because he was a faithful servant. See, a lot of people think that the Lord answering them, and they don't work in serving the Lord. They're not, their life in serving the Lord has no kind of verb. It's just lip service. And the Lord requires some kind of action to be done, some kind of movement, some kind of energy to take place in serving him, and not energy running your lips. And it says, I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. So the Lord is not going to deal with a man that's just dealing with lip service. The Lord is going to answer a faithful servant, a man that really truly believes on him and follow his instruction. Basic instructions before I leave the earth. Basic instruction before I leave the earth. 5. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. 6. I will not be afraid of 10,000 people that have set themselves against me round about. Boy, that's deep to have, right? People that have set themselves against me round about. So that's 6, right? So I've got a precept for that. It's Psalms 118:10. Psalms 118:10. Psalm 118:10. And it reads, all nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. They compass me about, yeah, they compass me about, but in the name of the Lord I will destroy them. They compass me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns. For in the name of the Lord I will destroy them. Thou hast trusted sore at me that I might fall, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and song, and it is become my salvation. Okay. Now, I want to just touch on real quick salvation. Psalms 8:34-44. Yeshua, Yeshua. Yeshua. Yeshua.
Psalms 8:34-44. Yeshua. Yeshua.
So salvation is deliverance. Where do we need deliverance from? We need deliverance from our enemies. Psalms 83. Okay. They come together with one consent. And also Psalms 2. Okay. And also throughout the whole Bible, you see that the nation of Israel, the people that they were talking about, because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And you see from the beginning of this whole Bible, it was talking about all these different nationalities and nations coming against us. So deliverance is very important. And deliverance is only from the Most High. You can't get deliverance in a job. You can't get deliverance in your family. You can't get deliverance in your business. You can't get deliverance in your items, the things that you possess. Deliverance and salvation only comes from the Most High. And this is what David was talking about. Okay? So salvation is welfare, prosperity, deliverance, salvation from the Most High, victory. Also, salvation is to help, deliverance, health, save, saving, welfare. Would you not consider or think that we need help? Do you not consider that we need deliverance from the state of mind, the state of being that our people are in as a whole, the nation of Israel? Do you not see that all the nations, especially Esau the white man, has his foot on our neck? I mean, come on, man. They are introducing all types of things to continue to destroy our people. From the beginning of times, they did all kind of experiments. I don't know how to say the security. It was something dealing with the the Sakatexi experiment, dealing with giving the people syphilis. These are all the disastrous things that these people have done to you. And the leader of this was the so-called white man. Okay. So we're looking up, we tallying together because the Lord awaked us. That's another way of having deliverance because the Lord is opening your eyes to see who your enemies, opening your eyes of the things that they've done to you, digging up the past so you can understand what was their ultimate objective for them in the future that they think is going to take place. But the Lord is in control of all of these things. And if you look at it and you tally this all up, this is not to to um dist or a campaign hate against the white man. Okay, this is a campaign of truth, and the white man is being revealed for the evil things that he's done, and his children and his ancestors from the beginning of time. Now you look that up for yourself. Just do um research because you got technology on Edom. Do intense research on those people of the nations of Edom first. They are the most important. Lord don't really care about the rest of them nations, but he got a big thing with Edom. Okay, Adumia, however you want to say Amalek, okay, the grandson of Esau. So or Esau, look at them up. Find I gave you Esau to look up, Edom, Adumia, Amalek. And Amalek is the grandson of Esau, which we believe today, which is a fact. They are the modern day, they are the so called Jews, are calling themselves Jews. And that's the controversy of Zion, okay? Because some are claiming to be Jews and others are saying that they are not Jews, that they're original people. But the Bible also stated that the real Jews would not be knowing that they are Jews because they was in captivity, they was in slavery. Now the fake Jews are living the best of their life on the planet Earth. Okay. Now look at their history and things that they've done. You got to look this up yourself. So it's not a hate crime. It's just evidence and it's notice to watch out. Okay. So now deliverance. Let's go into that. Deliverance, help. We need help. Okay. We need help, and we need and the help is going to come only from the Lord, and that's how we're going to get our victory. All right. But help can only come from one who truly serves the Most High. I wanted to go to the root word of this too. Yasa.
Strong's H 3467. Yashad. Yashad.
Okay, to save, to be saved, be delivered. To be liberated, to be saved, be delivered. To be saved in battle, be victorious. To save, deliver, to save from moral troubles. There it is. Avenging. So that's also avenging. All right. So the Lord is he's going to avenge us. Okay. Now, since we broke that down, I wanted to bring that in here because that's very important. And the praise of the wicked is not going to get salvation. It's the ones that truly follow Yahweh Shai wherever he go. Okay. Now, we went on that. Now let's go back to Psalms. Psalms 3, and we at 7. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my power, for thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Okay? And let's go to the precept. Let's go to Job 16 and 10. Job 16 and 10. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. Okay? Let's go back to Psalms 8, and they're going to close the Psalms 3, verse 8. And then it says, Salvation belongeth to the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Salah. Okay. Now that we did that, right? I just want to go over this in Apocrypha. Okay. And this is Ecclesiastic, it's chapter 2. And this is just going over the character of David. Okay. Or the character of the Lord's faithful ones. Okay. And this is what they would do. And this is also faith. Okay. So we can use this about with Psalms 3. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. The Lord was, David was a servant of the Most High, and he went through some things too. David also sinned and stuff like that, but David caught it. He repented, okay, and he built a relationship with the Most High, okay. So let's read it again from the top. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou may be increased at the last end, having faith. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerful, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So David was in a lower state. His own son was trying to kill him and conspire against him, right? Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerful and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, which is telling you that just because you call yourself serving the Lord and doing his bid, things ain't gonna always be smooth for you. You have to build up character. The gold before it becomes purified, it has to be dipped in a temperature of high temperature, okay, of fire to purify the infirmities of that gold before it to be get that shiny look. It don't come out like that, okay. It says, for gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Yeah, that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest thou fall. So stay in your grounds, even if you're going through um some kind of trouble. Hold on, hold on, be strong. Yes, verse 7. Yeah, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest you fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generation of old. This is my key point. Look at David, what he went through. Okay, the Bible is not only it's an allegory book, deep dark sentences, but it's an example of what we should do and what we shouldn't do, and it builds up faith and character. Okay, it's a book of principles. Okay, look at the generation of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord, who believed, who followed Yahweh wherever he went, was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? See? And it says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, very pitiful, and forgives sins and save in time of affliction. And this is how great the Lord is. And this is why we tell people to come to the before the mercy doors closes. Because the Lord is a forgiving Lord, but you can't keep repeating the same things. And this is easy work, man. Everything the Lord gives you from your commandments is to make you a better version of yourself. Be perfect, because he is perfect. Okay? Now, just to close it, and this is a little bit. So I read the prayer of Psalm, but let's get a little bit about the background of what was going on in Psalms 3. Um, okay, let's start at the second part. I don't want to get into the whole thing. I'll just read it. It's not. It says, Absalom, father. Absalom means father is peace. Written Absalom in First Kings 15:2-10, meaning my father is peace. Third son of David, by Maacah, daughter of Talmai, king of Gersha, a small district. Um, Absalom half brother Amnon ravished Absalom's sister Tamar, which greatly angered David, but Ammon was not punished. Absalom nursed his hatred for 2 years, then treacherously procured Ammon's assassination. Absalom fled to his grandfather and remained with him 3 years, while David longed to go forth unto Absalom, for he was confident concerning Ammon, seeing he was dead. At the end of that time, Joab, Absalom, Joab by stratagem induced David to recall Absalom, but David would not see him for 2 years more. Then Absalom, by a trick of his own, moved Joab to intercede with the king, and Absalom was restored to favor. Later, Absalom proclaimed himself king and attracted the disaffected to his standard. David at once realized the seriousness of the rebellion and made hasty plans for immediate departure from Jerusalem. It was a sad as well as a hurried flight, marked by partings from friends, the defections of vowed counselors such as Athapel that we read, and the intense loyal of men like Zadok and Abiathar, the priests whom David sent back to the capital, that were their sons as messengers. They might keep David informed of events. Hushai, the Archite, also was asked to return and feign loyalty to Absalom, that he might defeat the council of Ahithophel. Ahithophel. Ahithophel advised Absalom attack David at once before he could gather a large following. Hushai advised delay until all the military power of the realm would be gathered under command of Absalom himself to make sure of having a large enough force to defeat the warlike David and his loyal soldiers. Absalom actually followed a compromise plan. The armies met in the wood of Ephraim, where Absalom's men was distract- dis- distractedly defeated. Absalom, riding on a mule, was caught by his head in the branches of oak, and the mule going on the left, him dangling helpless there. With Joab and his men killed him. Though David, though David had, though David had, in the hearing of the whole army, forbidden anyone to harm his son Absalom, it is thought that his luxuriant hair contributed to his downfall by becoming entangled in the oak branches. Absalom was buried in a pit covered with a heap of stones. The title of Psalms 3 states that David wrote this psalm when he fled from Absalom, his son. The psalm breathes strong trust in the Most High, to whom is ascribed the overthrow of David's enemies. This is no note of vindictiveness, but a sense of sorrow and resignation. So this is a Psalms 3 is just it's a thing that how the Lord would deliver you. Because Absalom was getting powerful and was trying to kill his own son, but the Lord made him fall on his own. And that's deliverance, how that came, and having faith in the Lord. So that's quick to the point. I hope you was edified on Psalms 3. And how can we use that for today? We can use that for today, which is Psalms 3. Stay in your ground, but stay in your ground for righteousness. Stay in your ground for the Lord. Okay? Try to treat other people like you want to be treated, but that don't mean to be a fool. Okay? Learn when to give and learn when to take away. Learn to be all the attributes the Lord tell you about. It's a time to love. It's a time to hate. Yeah, the Lord hates. It says that in Ecclesiastes, and that's Ecclesiastes. Okay, it's a time to love. It's time to heal. It's time to joy. It's a time to mourn. It's a time to be joyful. You know what I'm saying? All of these different. It's a time for that. So it's a time to give love to people. It's a time to take away from that. People not reciprocating, not doing the same thing back to you. That's the time to pull away from them. You know. So I hope you was edified, man. Shalom. Another episode of Glad Tidings Ministry. Peace.